Scalper's Gold update for April 19th. Here is the Dow, or the mini Dow, the YM, the daily chart here that we're watching. You see we had our market structure low set up. That did trigger long on options expiration Friday there. Just kind of poked up above that and triggered that long off this 13S, this light blue line support. And you can see the last time we made this market structure low here, this was the bottom. Okay, triggered that to the long side here, and you can see our Scalper's Gold long signal there at 69.68. Got your first stop at 73.79. That was not hit. Our next stop here, where this red dot is, these are automatically plotted on the chart for you by the system. And so we're in for better than 1,000 points from the entry back here on the daily. And then we got this little market structure low that triggered. Trend is still long. Now, we're going to have to see, 8,200 is the next kind of target for this resistance. Kind of the bigger picture, though, that we've been watching. Well, I'll show you the weekly first. Kind of go to the daily, the weekly, and then we'll look at the monthly. Pull this up here. Now, in the weekly, we've gotten a few closes above the weekly 13S. That's our bull-bear line. Okay, and we haven't really had closes above that line. You got to go all the way back. Well, you've got to go back. This is what, May of 2008. So there's some significance to the fact that we've gotten some closes in the weekly above this 13S. It's been a while since that has happened. You can see we had a market structure low bottom that triggered long the week of the 16th, March 16th, and we've made some progress to the upside. But here's the even bigger picture that I wanted to get to, which was the monthly. And notice once again, what do we have? Well, that bottom was a market structure low, same pattern. Okay, so we're getting into the second half. We're into the second half of this month of April. Okay, this being the monthly chart, obviously this is the current monthly bar or monthly candle. We want to see where that finishes. We talked about this as the monthly 5 period, this little red line. Again, we haven't had a close in the monthly above this 5 period, this red line, going back to May of 08. So that will be significant if they can close that above there. And then we'll have this market structure low, and next month we'll have a potential long trigger. Now, potential bottom with that market structure low. But what can happen is if they fail to close above this monthly 5 period, we'll get something similar to this. We have that market structure low like we have here. It might even trigger, but then look, it doesn't get any follow through, and a market structure high forms, and they start triggering that short. Another market structure high here, that triggers short. So we're not out of the woods. So they can get this market structure low. If they can trigger it long, at least we might have a test of the monthly 13S. But if this thing fails to even close above the 5 period, or if it does close above the 5 period but fails to trigger long next month, then like I said, we could get a same kind of thing that we saw, up over here. We'll get a lower high. Let me not draw that so close. We'll get a lower high next month, and then we'll have a potential short trigger here, and then in the next month, if that hits that, that could be trouble to the downside. Again, the other option is we've got our market structure low here. Okay, we'll get a long trigger somewhere around here, If next month they come up and trigger that to the long side, test the 8200, you know, and maybe test it up here. And then this will be a big decision line, because this is kind of neutral ground again, this 13S. You know, above it things will be more bullish. Below the 13S, wherever that ends up being, will be more bearish. Just to differentiate. So that's it. That's kind of what the daily is, or the monthly, the weekly, and the daily are setting up. So, you know, we're still at a point where it could be a bottom, but if this thing fails, we can roll over again. If they can trigger this long next month, get this close above the 5 period, you know, maybe we test this 9400 area to get back to kind of neutral ground. We shall see. Anyway, hope that's helpful, and we'll do this again next week.